I'll see you guys for next Cloisters. Alright. Alright, let's get into it. Cloister 41. Let's see if there's going to be a spike in difficulty. Well, it's the same old shape. Still not taking on Elder Drake. So it turns out I was wrong about Elder Drake being a boss battle. I don't think we actually have a boss battle with Elder Drake. For some reason I had it in my mind that it was like the Cloister 40 boss instead of Black Elemental, but I was wrong. I guess that's a good thing. Because at my current levels I think he would be a bit of a struggle, because I think his physical attack would just wipe me out. And I remember him being very quick.
I'm gonna whack you good!
Okay, some new enemies. In Final Fantasy X I kind of like... Obviously I knew which enemies were difficult and which enemies were easier based on the way they looked and which kind of variant they were. So like this blue and red variant of the dual horn or quad horn enemy, I know it to be difficult, but in this game it's not quite the same. It's sometimes the tables turn, and even though they look difficult, they tend to not be so hard. I don't know if there's something I could use that might give me a slight advantage. Let's go for this for a little bit. I don't really have time to start from scratch for anything like Gun Mage. I never hear like particularly great things about it. I think it was good in last mission, but less so here. It's always a tough decision. Auto regen. I don't really have many swordplay abilities, so I don't know how useful that would be. I'm probably gonna stay there, I think. Double HP is always a nice bonus to have, so I'll stick around with this. And I eat up all the demis as well, so not so bad. Right, Mega Phoenix, that's a good one to be able to stash. I'll stay on that. Let's move on. Now that I've started to memorize the format, the templates of the Cloisters, I should be able to get through them a little bit more easily. Yep, same old, same old. Okay, this guy might be a little bit difficult now that he's oversold. The darkness is doing a pretty good amount of damage. Yeah, you see again, it's relatively weak. But then again, that fire breath attack was always weak, even in Final Fantasy X.
No pain, no gain.
Good stuff. I'll probably show like another 2 or 3 Cloisters and then I'll probably skip ahead to either any particular interesting battle or just straight ahead to Cloister 60. These guys are still no problem. I'm pretty sure there's at least another 10 Cloisters before things start to get a bit more challenging. I think when the Cloister level gets up to your character level, so for me that'll be like Cloister 52, 53-ish. I think it'll start to balance out then.
All right.
Avoid this time. Part of me wants to start running from these now. And the Alchemist is very poor in terms of strength. Got to balance it out one way or the other, I guess.
All right.
I guess the levels will start to go up a bit more quickly as well once I get to the higher Cloisters. At the moment it's still fairly slow. There we go. Well, we're almost halfway, I guess. But the second half is infinitely more difficult than the first. When you think about it this way, the most difficult battle in the entire game starts to appear as a random encounter, so that should give you an idea of how difficult things are going to get. I'm probably going to be escaping from most of these repetitive ones now. And I think once I get towards the end of like Cloister 90 plus, I'll probably be escaping most of the encounters, because it's probably going to take me like 10-15 minutes per random encounter. My main concern is actually completing the Infinito and getting the trophy or whatever related to it. Not even the trophy, just the fact that I'm going to complete it will be enough for me. Come on! Wonderful. Another Tunbury related one. Okay. I don't remember if the Dolmen was particularly difficult or not. I guess they have a Stone Breath attack, which could be a problem, but I've got Pain, who should be able to survive. No. Not a lot of HP there either. I mean, again, it's funny, about 10 Cloisters ago, I mean 10 levels down, or 10 levels up, I think, we were still facing Ironside, which is still harder than anything I've been facing down here. It's just weird how much that guy punches above his weight. Alright, I think this will be the last Cloister I'll show. After this one I'm going to move on. I'm going to skip ahead some Cloisters. Again, Pot Fry should be easy. Okay, status effects. Yeah, it's dead already. And we have to watch this animation every time. Oh man. Yeah, forget that. I'll see you guys like 10 Cloisters later, I think. I'm going to skip to like Cloister 55-ish. Unless something interesting happens in between. Oh wow. Ultimate weapon. Cool. Was this guy difficult? Again, I'm so entrenched in Final Fantasy X, I always forget if it's much easier in this version of the game. Yeah, if it's only doing 400 damage with that attack, it's not going to be difficult. But maybe it still has a lot of HP. Let's just see here. There's got to be something interesting I can mix here. Come on. I was trying to give myself like a mini Hyper Mighty G type thing. I guess that'll do. $892, okay. It's not bad, but it's still relatively weak. Ultimate weapon was never very strong in Final Fantasy X either, but it was stronger than this, that's for sure. Okay, it likes to use Break, but I know at least Pain's going to be safe from that. Mighty Guard G. Must be low on HP then. Damn it. Usually like 3 out of 4 turns.
No pain, no gain.
Oh. Okay, regular attack inflicts poison. That's nasty. Okay, so it does have some status effects that could be problematic.
You can't run or hide, so why bother?
That really doesn't sound like Yuna. Oh, it's guarded against
No
that.
pain, no gain.
Damn it. So offensively, it's fairly weak other than the status effects. But it still has a decent amount of HP. Yeah, it's still guarded. Damn it.
Oops, forgot to mention I had this.
Let's see how much that does.
No pain, no gain.
Not very much. Okay, here we go. Luckily I gave myself a HP boost here. Oh boy. Oh! Okay, that's okay. I take back what I said about Ultimate Weapon being weak. I only have 130 HP left. Okay, good. Always got to escape with one girl just in case. I don't want to have to start again. Right, come on guys, sort this out. It's guarded. It must be something that Yuna's... Oh, Meteor as well. What? Oh, come on. Damn, Ultimate Weapon absolutely destroyed me. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to be careful of that one. So it's got Meteor and Supernova. It inflicts Petrification and Poison. Alright, okay. I underestimated Ultimate Weapon. I apologise. We'd have to regroup. Thank God I made Pain escape. Otherwise it would have been game over.
Bring it, punk.
Ah, we meet again. So soon? Okay. This time we're going to try and do it right. Okay, Trigger Happy's doing good damage. I think last time I had a status effect which meant that my physical attacks did no damage, so I think that's why Trigger Happy was failing last time. Again, I'll protect myself a little bit here. Damn, he unleashed Meteor early this time. No. Ah. Meteor is just a nasty attack in any version of the game.
Who ordered a round of free goose surprise?
Need that high potion, like now. I mean, the issue with having tough enemies as random encounters is that... Hold on.
Who ordered a round of free goose
There we go.
surprise?
Yeah, as I was saying, the difficult thing about having tough enemies and a variety of enemies in random encounters is that I can set myself up to defeat Ultimate Weapon, but that won't work well against some of the other battles, so the fact that you have to keep switching is difficult. Because when you're at lower levels you tend to have to use garment grids and accessories and all that kind of stuff to make up the gap. When you're at high levels it doesn't matter, you just beat everything, but lower levels you've got to be more careful and juggle a few more things to stay alive. So there we go. Ultimate Weapon, don't need to fight him again. Let me just check the abilities here. Yuna, hopefully, is eventually going to know counterattack well, counter attack is going to become evade encounter. So having evade encounter, as we all know, is extremely useful. So I want at least one of the girls to have evade encounter. I don't know, maybe it's going to be so critical that I might have to teach some of the others that, but I'm hoping I won't need to. But evade encounter should help, especially against some of the tougher bosses with physical attacks. I remember this guy being difficult when I first met him, but other than the petrification at the moment, it's not much danger. And we're pretty well protected against petrification now. There we go. So yeah, still pretty smooth sailing at the moment. Or should I say smooth shading. I'll probably show the rest in full here. I've cut out a fair bit, but as you can see the battles aren't too challenging still. I mean the fiends have grown in size, but they haven't become that much more difficult. As you can see, 167 damage. Blade Rondo's a pretty good attack, but it's not the end of the world. You can see counter attack. Bang. I mean, right now, if I had catnip working, I'd be able to take most of these guys out in pretty much 1 or 2 hits. So, catnip is still pretty overpowered. Because it's only one girl you can't control, the other two can still, you know, steady the ship. Same again. Bad enough. Really want to see how good Concherer is. I've forgotten. I mean, I remember I definitely defeated it the last time I played through. But I don't remember it being very easy. And I have no idea what kind of levels I was at when I did. Obviously, because I'm trying to somewhat rush this. I mean, I'm not taking a lot of time to grind and to upgrade everything and, you know, get to very high levels. It might prove to be a little more difficult. But that's how I prefer it, to be honest.
Child's play.
The more challenging it is, the better it is. Alright, almost home. Okay, big one of these things. Again, I don't think there was ever a big version of Final Fantasy X, so they've taken a lot of enemies and just had like bigger versions. And I've mentioned it before, but I think that's pretty cool. I like the fact that the tougher versions of certain fiends are also bigger. For example, you had like Bomb King in Final Fantasy X in the monster arena. I mean, that could have been like 5 times the size. It would have looked pretty cool. They just use the same thing, like these two, for example. I had to quickly check something on my phone. Oh, fresh new enemies, how cool. It's been like 4 Cloisters and these guys are still appearing. Come on. There's enough enemies in the game to rotate some different ones, surely. Sorry, I'm just getting some work-related things coming through on my phone that I just need to check every now and again.
No problem.
The kind of job I have is kind of 24/7. I could get things kind of coming through that I have to take a look at 24 hours a day, so it's not always ideal for when you're recording, but usually I can kind of put the phone to one side for a few hours, but occasionally it's something a bit more important. I am fully tired of these random encounters, seriously. the frequency with which they appear. Whoa. Painting like a train right now, but Concherer has a shitload of HP, so it's going to be a bit problematic. I might have to start making use of catnip. Concherer might be the first one for that. Because I think he had over 300,000 HP or something, and if you're only doing 2,000 or 3,000 a pop, it's going to take a long time to wear that down. So we might have to come up with something. So I'll just give it a first go and start to weigh it up and see what's going on. Okay. What's that? It's mica. Yeah, Concherer's mica. Cool. Alright, just went up to the surface to save. Let's give this thing a go. I mean, since I know that it's basically the same type of enemy as Nesslug, I have a vague idea of what to expect, but I guess it's going to take a little while for me to prepare things and to tweak things around to really get the strategy that I need to win here, because again, my levels aren't great, but I think they should be enough, especially if I utilise catnip in some clever way. I mean, when it comes to these things, you know, difficult boss battles and that kind of stuff, especially if you're at a lower level than the boss, my first instinct is to try to do what I need to do to stay alive. So I think defensively first. So whether that be HP, protect, shell, protect from status effects, all that kind of stuff, I try and do everything I can to first of all make sure the boss can't wipe me out. And if I can manage that, then I have some, you know, I have a platform to build on, and then I can try to chip away the damage. So that's why I'm always kind of first of all on the lookout for defensive stuff, and then I go for it attackingly. But to be honest, I'm going to be probably doing so little damage because obviously if it's a Nesslug type enemy, it's probably going to have high defense. So darkness is probably the only way to do any decent damage. So I'm going to have to see. It's difficult. It's hard to decide. I mean, this game, when you think about it, the dress sphere thing, the garment grids, the accessories, and all that kind of stuff, it offers a lot of choice and a lot of room for strategy. And I think more than this game actually gets credit for. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Final Fantasy X's battle system, and because it's the first one I ever used, I do love the turn-based system. And Final Fantasy X's, you know, customization, all that kind of stuff, it's all brilliant. But this is also surprisingly robust and fun to use, especially for difficult boss battles. You know, juggling between the different dress spheres and the garment grids and the abilities that they give you, especially when you go around them. It's good fun, kind of playing around with different things. I mean, I don't know if maybe double HP for the girls might be a good one here, because we're going to be probably taking quite a bit of damage. It's always a toss-up between either giving them double HP or giving them much higher defense and magic defense. So is it plus 60 magic and physical defense or double HP? It's a tough call. And of course I don't know what status effects we're going to have as well. Most of these are fairly useless, I think. I don't have the abilities necessary to use most of them anyway. Decision time. It's probably not going to matter the first few times I'm going to get destroyed. I'll go for the defense. Yeah, the Berserker's defense and magic defense are almost non-existent. It's unbelievably low. But I guess I can make up the gap with Valiant Luster, perhaps. We'll have to see. Let's swap the Alchemist in here. Because I'm probably definitely going to need at least one healer, and Riku can use her mixing and her stashing to heal. And then we'll have to see for the other two. Maybe Pain can be more of a tank, and Yuna can be sacrificed for damage if I give her catnip. Okay. Right. Do I take the risk here, or... I don't think so. I think double HP might be the order of the day here. And I'll probably have to switch this around as well. Let's get the Dark Knight in there. Yeah, that's all I'll need for Pain. So get her up to about 6,600 HP. That should be okay. And she already has naturally high defense and magic defense, which should be decent. Yuna's going to need some defense. Either I'll take the risk and go downtrodder with her as well. Yeah, we'll average around 6,000 HP, I think. Trigger Happy might... I'm not sure. To be honest, I haven't spent any time learning abilities for any of these, so now's probably not a good time to try and use them for the first time. I don't think Samurai really has anything for me either. We'll keep it like this. We'll play around with it if it doesn't work. After this, I'm probably going to have to save again, because I'm not going to do this all over again. But her HP is so low when she's a gunner. How can you only have 1,900 HP at level 54? Seriously, it's not fair. Alright, I'm going to save and give it a first go. And then I'll edit out the rest of the attempts until I actually break through. Alright, let's do this. It's been 10 years since I last defeated this guy. I do like the colour mod on this one. Okay, let's get that... Oh, fuck. 4,200. Okay, my defense is not looking so hot, and Pain had pretty good defense as well, so I have to do more. But let's just see if I can somehow get a foothold in the battle here. It's annoying that I haven't made these switches before. I didn't realise. They should like automatically disable the long versions for boss battles, because no one wants to see this in a boss battle. I might like go to the airship and take on some random encounters, so I don't have to watch this every time. Okay, at least it seems fairly slow at the moment. 5,000 now. Yeah, we've got to bring that down. I need to do something to bring that damage down. And Megaton Press, which is going to do like 30,000. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking so good right now. I mean, I need to get up to that 6,000 HP, and I need better defense. I've got to somehow do both. Just wasting all my Mega Phoenixes right now. 2,700 with Protect. It's not horrific. 247. Okay, so Gunk is the only attack I can pretty much survive. Yeah, this one's not going to work, but I just... 65,000, holy shit, if it goes critical. That's an insane amount of damage. So those are the 3 attacks. It's got the tongue attack, megaton press, and gunk. I forget, did this one go into its shell like Nestslug does? And that is not a good position for Riku to be in. Wow. And it seems to use them all at random. Oh boy, this is going to be difficult. There's a slim chance that Riku might be able to survive something. But it keeps getting hit with Megaton Press. Good grief. Come on, I'm almost there. I've almost got my first little foothold in the battle. You. Oh, she evaded. Perfect. Okay. What? Quad 9. You get a lot of criticals as well. She could have survived the tongue attack, but not this. Yeah, fuck this, seriously. Really gonna have to switch things up in order to survive. The frequency with which he's using Megaton Press is really worrying me. It's pretty much unavoidable as well. Look at that, it's just using it over and over and over and over again. My final Mega Phoenix, I just use it anyway. Battle's already over at this stage, but... Okay, it's going to use Gunk, I think. Let's go around a little further. Yeah, I haven't even set up my equipment. I think it's using Gunk again. As long as it uses Gunk, I can stay alive for a little longer. Yeah, so this gives me a little window to kind of get myself set up. Oh, what? Why am I doing 0? Is it a status effect? But yeah, despite all your preparation, Megaton Press is going to wipe you out. I don't know why I'm doing 0 damage here. Must be status effect related. Damn it. Yeah, just pure zeros. Okay, this isn't working. I'm going to come back with a better strategy, and hopefully the next time you see this, I'm going to be winning. Like Charlie Sheen himself. Fuck this. Yeah, it's definitely over. Yeah, he must have a status that makes you do 0 damage as well. I've got to somehow avoid that too. Alright, I'll be coming back stronger. Concherer. Best be ready. But I can do 3,000 damage with Darkness, which isn't so bad. But he only has 350,000 HP, so it's not a big deal. I need to do that about 100 times. Great. Alright, so it's been a few attempts, but I think I have a way of killing this guy. And it should be relatively painless. I'm going to go with a much more attacking strategy this time. I'm using Yuna with Catnip as a Berserker, and I've got Riku and Pain as Dark Knights. They're going to be soaking up as much damage as possible. And pretty much their job is to heal and to revive when necessary. And if they ever get window, they can attack themselves. So, let's get to it. I mean, Megaton Press is going to wipe away any hard work that you've done anyway, and when you think about it, it doesn't have an attack that can kill all 3 girls at once, so, you know, provided that you have the items to revive, it's not such a big deal. So, I'm going to get these girls up to pretty much max HP. I might need to use a Mega Phoenix or 2. If it decides to hit Riku for a second time. No? It's using Gunk. Alright, great. Obviously, the Dark Knights are also protected from Gunk's nasty abilities as well. And there you go. So Yuna's got a Speed Bracer as well. to negate the slow effect of catnip. So it's been nerfed in that way as well, which is extra annoying. So not only do you get berserk, but you also get slowed. But if you put a speed bracer on, she's all hasted up, so it's good. So when you have haste plus catnip, she starts to rack up the damage fairly quickly. And Berserker is a good one to use because the auto regen is identical to the poison damage, which is brilliant for me. So she doesn't die from poison damage either. So it makes her a relentless attacking machine when she's in critical HP. And well, I guess she'd always be in critical HP because she'd always get revived at critical HP. So this should be pretty foolproof. Provided I can keep up with yeah, so that if that killed me, if that was critical and it killed me, then I would have had problems, but it's not too bad. Yeah, you can use gunk all day long. Not a problem for me. Just because they're Dark Knights, it takes a long time for them to get their first turn. But I'm getting lucky here, he's not attacking Yuna at all, so Yuna's just piling on the damage. And he's using gunk a lot as well, which is extra good. That's it, you keep using that, son. I don't mind wasting high potions, not a big deal. To be honest, I could have farmed loads of X potions to make this even more foolproof, but yeah, if that was a Megaton press, then I would have had problems as well. So it requires a little bit of luck, but I'm sure it could be modified even more. But because of the high physical and magic defense of the Dark Knight, it's useful to have. I guess you could even use 2 sentinels here, or 1 sentinel and 1 attacker or something, or 1 healer, or whatever. There's multiple things you can do, but there you go. It ended very quickly. So catnip, you have to make some concessions, but it still seems to work pretty well. Blessed gem. That's a poor reward, seriously.
He's not here. Who? Trema.
Who's that?
Trema is the founder of New Yevon. He kept all of the spheres from Spear's past to himself and then vanished without a trace. Who'd have thought he'd crawl down here?
Brother's getting hit up with the Rico.
That was a year ago. So he's probably already...
Dead? Maybe he was from the start. They say he was able to control the most powerful of fiends.
Which is why I really think we should go home now.
So I guess Tremor was almost like a summoner, but for fiends. Why didn't he control all these powerful fiends and defeat Sin then? What an arsehole. But yeah, we're going to have our showdown with Tremor, but that's still quite a way away. There's still Shaq to get past, and Shaq is widely reported as the most difficult boss in the V Infinito, and in Final Fantasy X-2 as a whole. So I'm going to save here, and hopefully the next part will be Cloisters 60 to 80, and the Shaq boss battle as well, which should be very interesting. So an interesting part coming up next, hopefully. I will see you guys there.